15. Crops that can survive extreme cold, 4 degrees Fahrenheit, when most plants completely fail. Have you ever wondered if your garden could actually survive a brutal -4 Fahrenheit deep freeze? While most plants would completely fail and turn to mush, there is a group of elite winter warriors that stay green, crunchy, and delicious even in sub-zero air. Today, we're revealing the top 15 crops that defy the frost so you can keep harvesting fresh food while your neighbors are stuck waiting for spring. One, the indestructible parsnip. Parsnips are arguably the undisputed kings of the winter vegetable garden because they don't just survive the cold. They actually require it. When the soil temperature drops toward -4 Fahrenheit, the parsnip protects itself by converting its internal starches into concentrated sugars. This biological trick prevents the root cells from bursting and results in a flavor that is incredibly sweet and complex. For the best results, you should leave these roots in the ground throughout the entire winter season. As long as you apply a thick layer of straw mulch to prevent the ground from heaving, they will sit patiently beneath the ice. Harvesting them in early spring, just as the ground thaws, provides a gourmet treat that no supermarket variety can ever match. Two, Hardneck garlic varieties. If you are gardening in a climate where the air hits -4 Fahrenheit, you must choose hardneck garlic over the softneck types found in grocery stores. These specific varieties are evolutionarily adapted to northern climates and actually need a period of extreme cold to trigger bulb formation. Without a significant deep freeze, these plants won't properly divide into the large, flavorful cloves we all love to cook with. Planting usually happens in late autumn, so the cloves can establish a strong root system before the deep freeze sets in. Once the ground freezes solid, the garlic goes into a state of total dormancy, sleeping securely beneath the snow and soil. This built-in resilience makes garlic one of the most reliable crops for high-latitude gardeners who face truly brutal winter cycles. Three, Winterbred spinach. While most people think of spinach as a delicate salad green, certain heirloom varieties are surprisingly tough. If you plant them in late summer, they develop a compact, low-growing habit that allows them to hug the warmth of the earth. When the extreme cold hits, the leaves may appear wilted or frozen solid, but the crown of the plant remains alive and ready. The secret to keeping spinach alive down to these temperatures is using a simple cold frame or a heavy row cover. This creates a microclimate that shields the tender leaves from the drying effects of sub-zero winds. Once the sun returns and the ice melts, these plants are often the very first things to start growing again in the garden. Four, rugged winter kale. Kale is famous for its hardiness, but varieties like Winterbred take this resilience to a completely different level of performance. This plant can stand tall in the garden even when it is encased in a thick layer of crystalline ice and snow. The freezing process breaks down the tough cell walls of the leaves, making them much more tender and sweet for your winter soups. To ensure survival at -4 Fahrenheit, it is best to harvest the larger lower leaves and leave the central bud protected. While the plant may stop active growth during the darkest months, it stays vibrant and green against the white winter landscape. It provides a vital source of fresh vitamins during a time when most gardens are nothing more than brown stalks. Five, the resilient rutabaga. Often overlooked, the rutabaga is a powerhouse of nutrition that laughs in the face of a serious polar vortex. This root crop is significantly more cold tolerant than its cousin the turnip, making it ideal for northern food security. Its thick, waxy skin provides an extra layer of protection against the biting cold and prevents the moisture within from escaping. These plants are best harvested late in the year, but they can be successfully overwintered in the soil with proper insulation. The deep yellow flesh stays firm and nutritious even when the air temperature above the soil is dangerously low. They represent a historical lifeline for cold climate gardeners who needed reliable food sources that wouldn't rot in the freezing ground. Six, Egyptian walking onions. The Egyptian walking onion is a fascinating perennial that seems almost impossible to kill, regardless of how low the thermometer drops. Instead of flowers, this unique plant produces small clusters of bulbs at the top of its stalks which eventually tip over and walk. This natural cycle allows the plant to spread itself while maintaining a very permanent, hardy root system. Because they are true perennials, they have adapted to survive the harshest winters by retreating into a very deep dormancy. Even in regions where the ground freezes several feet deep, these onions will emerge as soon as the snow melts away. They are a set-it-and-forget-it crop that provides spicy green onions earlier than almost any other plant. Seven, perennial rhubarb crowns. Rhubarb is a classic cold weather staple that actually struggles in hot climates because it loves the deep chill of the north. The massive fleshy roots sit deep in the earth where they are well insulated from the most extreme air temperatures. These crowns are so hardy that they can easily survive -4 Fahrenheit without any special blankets or protective structures. In the spring, rhubarb is often the first plant to show its bright red spears pushing through the muddy, cold soil. This early emergence is possible because the plant stored an immense amount of energy in its roots during the previous summer. For anyone living in a truly cold niche, rhubarb is an essential crop that requires almost no maintenance to thrive. Eight, the durable Siberian spinach. Siberian spinach is not actually a true spinach, but it is one of the most cold-hardy leafy greens currently known to modern agriculture. While standard garden greens will collapse and turn to mush at these temperatures, this variety maintains its structural integrity quite well. It produces thick, dark green leaves that are packed with nutrients and can be harvested even from under a layer of ice. To help it survive a -4 Fahrenheit night, you should ensure the plants are well established before the first hard freeze arrives in the fall. Providing a simple cover, like a heavy frost blanket or a specialized garden hoop house, will give them an extra layer of protection. These plants are true survivors that will provide you with much-needed fresh salad greens when the rest of the world is frozen. 9. Frost-resistant match corn salad. Match, which is also commonly known as corn salad, is a tiny but incredibly mighty green that thrives in the dead of winter. It grows in small, charming rosettes that naturally hug the ground to stay away from the most freezing and drying winter winds. This plant is so hardy that it is often found growing wild in the snowy fields of Europe throughout the coldest months. The leaves of the match plant have a very unique nutty flavor and a soft texture that is highly prized by gourmet chefs everywhere. Even if the plants are frozen solid for several weeks, they will simply thaw out and continue their growth as soon as the sun returns. They are the perfect choice for filling small gaps in your winter garden beds without requiring any extra heat or light. The rugged Austrian winter pea. Austrian winter peas are primarily grown as a cover crop, but they are also a fantastic edible green for the extreme winter gardener. They are specifically bred to withstand the brutal winters of high-altitude regions where other legumes would stand absolutely no chance of survival. Their deep root systems help to stabilize the soil while the top growth provides a hearty source of pea shoots. You can harvest the tender top tendrils throughout the winter to add a fresh, pea-like flavor to your seasonal stir-fries and winter salads. Even when the air temperature hits those dangerous sub-zero levels, these peas will remain viable if they have a bit of snow cover. They are a dual-purpose crop that feeds both your family and your soil during the most difficult growing months. Claytonia, the miner's lettuce. Claytonia, famously known as miner's lettuce, earned its name by providing essential vitamin C to gold miners during the harsh California winters. It is a succulent-like green that actually prefers the cold and will often bolt or go to seed once the weather gets too warm. This makes it an ideal candidate for a garden that frequently sees temperatures dipping well below the zero mark. This plant is incredibly efficient at self-seeding, meaning once you plant it, it will likely return to your garden every winter for years. It forms lush, green carpets of heart-shaped leaves that stay crisp and juicy even when the ground around them is frozen solid. It is one of the most reliable and low-maintenance greens you can add to a truly extreme cold weather planting strategy. Winter hardy hairy vetch. While it might have a strange name, hairy vetch is one of the most successful survival crops for improving soil in extreme cold. It is a nitrogen-fixing legume that can survive air temperatures as low as -4 Fahrenheit while protecting your garden beds from winter erosion. It forms a dense, protective mat that keeps the biology of your soil alive and active throughout the frozen season. In the early spring, this plant explodes with growth, providing a massive amount of organic matter that you can turn back into the earth. It is an essential tool for the sustainable gardener who wants to ensure their soil is rich and ready for the next planting. By growing vetch, you are essentially investing in the long-term health and productivity of your extreme climate garden. The Tenacious winter rye. Winter rye is widely considered the last resort crop because it can germinate and grow in temperatures that would kill almost anything else. It is a cereal grain that stays green under the snow, providing a living root system that prevents your precious topsoil from blowing away. Its roots can reach deep into the earth, breaking up heavy clay and improving the overall soil structure. Even when the thermometer reaches the most extreme depths of winter, This ray remains dormant but completely alive and ready for the spring. It is incredibly tough and can be grown in almost any soil type, from sandy patches to heavy, moisture-retaining clay beds. Planting winter rye is the best way to ensure your garden remains a living ecosystem even in the harshest environments. Cold hardy winter cabbage. Certain heirloom varieties of cabbage, such as the January King, are specifically designed to be harvested in the middle of a deep freeze. These cabbages develop beautiful purple tints on their outer leaves as a response to the cold, which also helps to sweeten the heart. They are much denser and more rugged than the fast-growing cabbages you see during the summer or autumn. When the temperature drops to -4 Fahrenheit, these cabbages can be kept in the garden as living storage until you are ready to eat them. The outer leaves may get a bit of freezer burn, but the inner head remains crisp, fresh, and perfectly protected from the elements. This allows you to bypass the need for a root cellar by keeping your food right where it grew. The unstoppable winter parsley. While most Mediterranean herbs will turn to brown mush at the first sign of a real freeze, certain curly-leaf parsley varieties are shockingly resilient. This humble herb contains a high concentration of essential oils and sugars that prevent its delicate-looking leaves from being destroyed by ice crystals. It is not uncommon to brush away a foot of heavy snow and find vibrant, bright green parsley waiting underneath, perfectly preserved and ready to be used. For the best chance of survival during a -4 Fahrenheit event, try to plant your parsley in a somewhat sheltered spot, such as near the foundation of a house. The small amount of residual heat from the building, combined with a simple glass cloche or a plastic gallon jug, provides all the protection it needs. Conclusion: successful gardening at -4 Fahrenheit isn't about luck. It's about choosing plants with a built-in antifreeze that protects their cells from the bite of the winter wind. By filling your beds with these 15 resilient survivors, you transform your backyard into a year-round grocery store that never closes, regardless of the weather. Remember to mulch heavily, protect your greens with a simple cover, and trust the incredible resilience of these winter-hardy varieties. If you're ready to start your own Sub-Zero garden, hit that subscribe button for more expert planting tips, and I'll see you in the next harvest.